Welcome back to Mr. Craven History. In this video, we will look at Nazi racial beliefs and policies and the persecution of Jewish people, including the boycott of Jewish shops and businesses, the Nuremberg Laws, and Kristallnacht. The Nazi ideology, rooted in a belief in racial purity and Aryan supremacy, dictated the treatment of various groups they considered undesirable. These beliefs were not just rhetoric, they translated into policies and actions that targeted millions. The Nazis justified these policies by claiming that they were defending the purity and strength of the German Volk. Among those persecuted were the Slavs, Roma, and Sinti. The Nazis viewed Slavs with deep contempt, grounded in their belief in a strict racial hierarchy that placed Germans at the top and Slavs towards the bottom. The Roma and Sinti, derogatorily called gypsies, were viewed in a similar fashion. The Nazis sought to remove these groups from Germany entirely, either through pressure to leave or mass deportation to concentration camps. The Nazis justified the mass deportations of Slavs and Roma and Sinti to concentration camps through a combination of racist ideology, pseudo-scientific theories, and extensive propaganda. For Slavs, the Nazis claimed they were racially inferior and linked them to the communist threat, arguing that their removal was essential for the expansion and prosperity of the German nation. Roma and Sinti were depicted as antisocial and public health threats, using false accusations of criminality and disease to rationalize their brutal treatment. These justifications were disseminated through relentless propaganda, ensuring public support for the regime's inhumane policies. People with disabilities were deemed life unworthy of life. The T4 Euthanasia Program, initiated in 1939, was a Nazi policy aimed at eliminating individuals with disabilities who were considered a burden to the state. These individuals were murdered through lethal injections, starvation, and gas chambers. Doctors played a critical role in the T4 Euthanasia Program, selecting patients deemed unworthy of life and overseeing their murder. Motivated by Nazi beliefs in eugenics, these medical professionals justified their actions as necessary for racial purity and economic efficiency. They administered lethal injections, gas, and other means to kill approximately 70,000 individuals with disabilities. The secrecy of the program was maintained through deception, with families often receiving falsified death certificates. Homosexuals were also targeted. The Nazis saw homosexuality as a threat to their vision of a pure Aryan race, believing it undermined the moral and physical strength of the nation. Thousands were arrested and sent to concentration camps. The Jewish people faced the most relentless persecution. In April 1933, a nationwide boycott of Jewish shops and businesses marked the beginning of their systematic exclusion from German society. The Nazis accused Jews of being responsible for Germany's economic woes and portrayed them as enemies of the state. In 1935, the Nuremberg Laws institutionalized racial discrimination. Jews were stripped of their citizenship, and laws forbade marriage or sexual relations between Jews and Aryans. The Nazis claimed that these laws were necessary to protect the purity of German blood and prevent the contamination of the Aryan race. One of the most violent events came on the night of November 9, 1938, known as Kristallnacht, or the Night of Broken Glass. Over 1,400 synagogues and Jewish-owned businesses were destroyed, and around 30,000 Jewish men were arrested and sent to concentration camps. This pogrom was justified by the Nazis as a response to the assassination of a German diplomat, Ernst von Roth, by a Jewish teenager, Herschel Grinspan, but it was a pretext for unleashing violence against the Jewish community. Joseph Goebbels framed the incident as part of a larger Jewish conspiracy against Germany. This propaganda laid the groundwork for Kristallnacht, the Night of Broken Glass. On November 9 and 10, 1938, SA and SS forces, along with civilian collaborators, launched a brutal, coordinated attack on Jewish communities. Synagogues and businesses were destroyed, nearly 100 Jews were murdered, and thousands were arrested and sent to concentration camps. This violent pogrom marked a significant escalation in Nazi persecution, and was used to justify further oppressive laws against the Jewish population. While the concentration camps established in the early years of the Nazi regime were primarily used for detention, forced labor, and intimidation, they were sites of extreme brutality where many prisoners perished due to harsh conditions. Following Kristallnacht in 1938, around 30,000 Jewish men were arrested and sent to camps like Dachau and Buchenwald. Although these camps were not yet designed as death camps, the severe mistreatment and forced labor led to significant suffering and death. It wasn't until the implementation of the final solution in 1941 that the focus shifted to systematic extermination, and camps like Auschwitz were transformed into death camps with gas chambers and crematoria for industrial-scale genocide. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions about this content or any content on the channel, please leave a comment below, and Mr. Craven will get back to you. These videos have included some photographs that are shared under the Creative Commons Agreement or are available in the public domain. All details are contained within the video description.